Okay, let's go ahead and find the angle. So what angle am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this angle right here. We want to find the angle measure of this angle in this right triangle. So this is of course, again, a right triangle, i.e. this angle right here is 90 degrees. This side is 3. This length here is 5. We don't have the hypotenuse. Of course, we could easily find that using the Pythagorean theorem, but we don't really need this, okay? What we do need is a calculator and some knowledge of some basic trigonometry. So yes, we are going to be using trigonometry to solve this problem. So if this word intimidates you, don't let it intimidate you. This is not that difficult, and if you've never seen basic right angle trigonometry in action, well, stick around for a couple minutes. I'm going to give you a quick introduction to this. It's not that, again, not that difficult, and hopefully you'll get excited about trigonometry as it is an awesome math subject. And if this video helps you out, help me out by liking it and subscribing to my channel. But let's go ahead and get into some basic right angle trigonometry. So if you've never seen trigonometry in action, well, you're going to learn something right now, okay? All right, so let's get to it. And first things first, so here is our triangle, but you can see I have it replaced with, I took the sides out, and I have O, A, and H. So I'm going to get to this here in just one second, but let's just look at this triangle. And at first, we have some abbreviations. Let's talk about what these abbreviations mean. So here is our angle, X degree. We're trying to figure out what is the angle measure of this angle, right? So we know that this is 90 degrees. And then you have another angle over here, and then we have an angle here. Our focus is on this angle right there. So when you're looking at an angle in a particular triangle, right triangle right here, the side that's right next to the angle that's forming the angle, this one right here, is called the adjacent side. So we have an A right there. Now in a right triangle, the longest side of any right triangle we refer to as the hypotenuse. It's always opposite of that right angle. So this side right here is the hypotenuse. This side here is the adjacent because it is next to the actual angle. And then this side over here is opposite. It's the opposite away from the angle. So when we're looking at these sides of a right triangle, we have to look at it in terms of this particular angle. So this angle right here, its adjacent side is this side here. Its opposite side is way over here, and then this is always the hypotenuse. So let me go ahead and erase this now. And now we can actually be introduced to some basic trigonometry. Okay, so let me just erase this here so we can get nice and focused. All right, so again, we have the adjacent, the opposite, and the hypotenuse. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this little lovely saying right here. Now, if you've never seen this saying, or if you never haven't heard this, this is your first time, well, I can tell you this saying has been around for decades. Probably your great-great-grandparents even learned it. But here it is. It's called SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. And a lot of you are like, oh my goodness, what this is, seems like a foreign language. Well, this is not. It's just a little helpful memory device, a mnemonic, we call it. So SOHCAHTOA, what does it stand for? Well, let's start off with the SOH. So in trigonometry, in basic trigonometry, we have these things called trigonometric functions. So if you have a scientific calculator, you'll see these buttons here. You'll see sine. That's not a sin, okay? Like, oh, you're committing a sin by doing math. No, that's not what that means. This is called the sine. Then we have something called the cosine, and then we have this other thing over here called the tangent. So if you have a scientific calculator, you'll find these buttons on your calculator. You need access to a basic scientific calculator. If you're using your cell phone, generally the calculators on a cell phone, typically on a smartphone, will have just more basic functions, like the basic number operations. So you'll have to kind of switch it to a different mode in order to get these. But you make sure you have access to a calculator, whether it be on your calculator I'm sorry, on your phone. And I do not recommend you using your phone to study mathematics because you're not going to use it. You're not going to be able to use it on a test. Most teachers won't allow that. So get yourself a basic scientific calculator. It costs you all of about $10 at CVS or Walmart. And we're not talking about a graphing calculator. We're just talking about a scientific calculator that has these functions right here: sine, cosine, and tangent, and other functions. Anyways, so these are our basic trigonometric functions. So let's get back to this saying, SOHCAHTOA. So the sine, okay, is defined as the opposite over the hypotenuse. Okay, so the sine of this angle right there is the opposite over the hypotenuse. So we just kind of put that abbreviation, sine opposite over hypotenuse, or is the SO. Okay, so sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. That's how we remember it. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, so that's SOHCAH. So again, this is the CAH. The cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And then we have this last one here, the tangent, which is the opposite over the adjacent. Okay, so that is the tangent, opposite over adjacent. So these are the basic definitions of these basic trigonometric functions. Now, there are other functions, but these are the ones that you really need, and you can solve any right triangle trigonometry problem using these functions. Okay? All right, so that's all this is here, SOHCAHTOA, and that's a definition of these functions. But now let's go ahead and match this up to the problem. All right, so looking at this, here is our triangle. We have 3 and we have 5, and we're looking for this angle right there. So 3 and 5 happen to be in what spots? In other words, 3 is the what side in terms of angle x, and 5 is the what side. Well, let's just go back to our basic right triangle. Here's angle x. So 3 is the opposite side, and 5 is the adjacent side. So the information that we have for this particular triangle is the opposite and the adjacent. So now when you think about that, you go over to your SOHCAHTOA and you're like, okay, which one has O and A? Because that's what I have here. I have the opposite length and the adjacent length of this triangle. So I'm looking for something here, which function that involves both O and H. So I'm like, oh, O and A, excuse me, not O and H, O and A. So I'm like, okay, this is O and H, this is A and H, this is not what I need. Oh, I have the opposite and the adjacent, so we're talking about the tangent. Okay, so the tangent involves both the opposite and the adjacent. I apologize for saying the hypotenuse there, but anyways, hopefully you'll understand that we have a choice. We can try to use the sine, cosine, or tangent, but the way we kind of determine which of these functions that we're going to use is based upon the information given in the problem. So you're like, oh, I have the opposite and I have the adjacent, so I'm going to use the tangent to solve for this angle. All right, so now let's go ahead and see how this is done. Okay, so now, of course, we know that we're going to be using a tangent. So let's go ahead and define the tangent of this angle right here. Of course, is going to be the opposite over the adjacent. The opposite is 3, and the adjacent side is 5. So the tangent of this angle here, tangent of x degrees, we don't know how many degrees this is, but we do know it's equal to 3 over 5, or the opposite over the adjacent. Now 3 divided by 5 is 0.6. So the tangent of this angle right there, okay, the tangent of x degrees is equal to 0.6, or 3 divided by 5. So this is where we're at right now in this stage of the game. So at this point, we're like, okay, how do we actually find the angle? Well, in our calculator, okay, on your scientific calculator, when you have these buttons, tangent, sine, and cosine, what you have is, if you look on that second function, and it's usually right on the kind of keyboard itself, you'll see this little, let me actually write this in a different color, because this is important. You'll see this function here, tan looks like a little -1, and then sine like a little -1, and cosine like a -1. These are called arc tangent, arc sine, arc cosine. We actually need these functions right here. So because we're dealing with the tangent, we're going to need this one. So we're going to have to use the second and tangent key to bring up this function, okay? So this function here, the arctangent, will tell us if we say, hey, we have an angle, we know the angle, we have some angle, but we know that the tangent of that angle is 0.6. What is the angle? Okay, so I'll say this again. We have some angle, we don't know what it is, we just know that the tangent of that angle is 0.6. How do we find the angle? Because that's what we want to do here. Well, you bring up this arc function, okay, this arc tangent, so that's going to be tangent -1, and we plug in 0.6. This is basically saying, hey, tell me the angle that has a tangent of 0.6. So when you plug this into your calculator, all right, this arctangent, this tan -1, you'll see that little -1 there, 0.6, and you hit enter, okay, that's going to tell you the actual angle. Okay, now the angle here is going to be approximately 30.96 degrees. That is the answer. Now let me just stress something to you that gets a lot of students in trouble when they start messing with trigonometry. On your calculator, there is in the mode part of your calculator ways that we can work with different angle measures. There's basically two primary ones. One is the degrees and the other one is radians, okay? The default setting for all calculators is going to be degrees, okay? So just make sure on your scientific calculator you see DEG, okay, when you're doing this work, because if you see RAD, you will get the incorrect answer, okay? A lot of students, when they're studying trigonometry and they have to work with radians, forget to put their calculator back in degree mode, and then they get in trouble like that. But as long as you're not messing with that mode, just most calculators by default are going to be in degree mode, okay? And this is not a trivial little detail, as this does get a lot of students in trouble. So to make sure your calculator is in degrees, because we're trying to find out the angle measure here in degrees. That's what this little round circle up there is. So again, it's going to be, of course, I'm rounding off here, but the angle here, angle X, is going to be approximately 30.96 degrees. That is the answer. So I hope this video helped you out, and if that's the case, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, if you need additional help in geometry, check out these courses right here. So in my pre-algebra course, I have a couple of chapters on basic geometry, but if you have to understand all things geometry to include proofs, then you got to check out my full geometry course. Now, if you want a good math review of basic math, algebra, and geometry, then check out my Math Skills Rebuilder course. All right, so I'm going to leave links to all these courses in the description of this video. And with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.